The Sekai Taikai seemingly about to start really upended my expectations for Cobra Kai's final season. In the final scene of the new season's 5th episode, Daniel and Johnny's Miyagi-Do team strode into the Sekai Taikai, thus strongly suggesting that winning the competition and beating Kreese, again, will be the focus of Cobra Kai Season 6 Part 2. This is completely contrary to what I originally thought the second batch of episodes would be about. In Cobra Kai, martial arts tournaments typically don't take long, even if the preparation for it goes through a lot of build-up. The show's first All-Valley Karate tournament wrapped up in just one episode, and Season 4's competition only required a 2-part story. Obviously, the Sekai Taikai is much more involved and bigger than anything that the Cobra Kai characters have ever faced. However, I don't imagine it taking up the show's remaining 10 episodes. Based on that, it looks like the series may still have another 5-episode chapter left when the Sekai Taikai tournament concludes. The Sekai Taikai may not start right away, despite Cobra Kai Season 6 Part 1's ending. Cobra Kai Season 6, Episode 5's ending indicates a massive time jump. Johnny and Daniel's students stand on the sidelines at the Sekai Taikai in Cobra Kai Season 6. It's possible that in spite of Cobra Kai indicating that the Sekai Taikai is underway, it's still a few episodes away from kicking off. The team already being outside the tournament in Barcelona right after picking team captains felt like too sudden of a shift for me, hence why I think Cobra Kai has some gaps it wants to fill in before it starts the competition. I think the main point of that tease was to show the consequences of the disagreement over Tori, but I don't think that means the show will pick up there when it returns. I suspect there's still much more to see before the tournament officially starts. For instance, I think Cobra Kai Season 6 Part 2 will spend some time in South Korea as it builds toward Tori fighting alongside her new allies. This will enable her to develop dynamics with Kwon and Kreese's other students. This makes sense, considering that team events are confirmed to play a role in the Sekai Taikai. Plus, there's obviously a lot more to explore in regards to how Tori arrived at her decision to join forces with Kreese one more time. There's also the matter of Miyagi-Do's preparations for the Sekai Taikai tournament, which feel incomplete. There was no scene in which Johnny and Daniel acknowledged that Chozen won't see the tournament through with them, so I think he'll return in between Episode 5 and the actual start of the tournament. Not only that, but they've only gone as far as to select a final roster. Now, they need to dedicate the majority of their time to getting these 6 fighters to work as a team, which is a storyline Cobra Kai has yet to feature. The Sekai Taikai still makes the most sense for Cobra Kai Season 6's ending. The Sekai Taikai is the perfect ending for the series. Robbie Keane, Tanner Buchanan, being named team captain for the Sekai Taikai in Cobra Kai Season 6 Image via Netflix. Because of the stories Cobra Kai needs to tell before Miyagi-Do fights the other Sekai Taikai teams, it's not unfeasible for the show to offer a few episodes set before Episode 5's final scene, and then segue into the meat of the competition. This could allow at least some of the Sekai Taikai to be saved for Cobra Kai Season 6 Part 3. Taking this course felt like the most likely option ahead of Cobra Kai Season 6 Part 1, mostly due to the very nature of the Sekai Taikai. As an international karate tournament, it came across to me as the ultimate ending for the series and perhaps the biggest obstacle they could be challenged with. What happened in Episode 5 certainly complicated my idea of what formula Cobra Kai would follow for its final episodes. It certainly indicated that the Sekai Taikai would happen now and something else would be the focus of the last segment, but I'm not sold on that yet. Cobra Kai's heroes and villains battling it out on the world stage is still the ideal route for the show to take, and it's difficult to imagine an ending with higher or more intense stakes than that. What Cobra Kai Season 6 Part 3 could be about, if not the Sekai Taikai. Beating Kim Sun-young or Terry Silver could be the focus of the ending. Supposing that Cobra Kai Season 6 really does begin and end the Sekai Taikai within the next 5 episodes, the door would be open for an all-new narrative to close out the series. As for what that could be, Cobra Kai has a few loose ends it could work with, but that could all depend on how things play out in the second segment. As for what those stories could be, the first 2 options that come to mind involve Terry Silver and Kim Sun-young. Similar to how Season 4's tournament didn't resolve the Cobra Kai vs Miyagi-Do conflict as promised by the senseis, the Sekai Taikai could provoke further fighting between the main characters and the new version of Cobra Kai. This could result in a deep dive into Karate Kid lore, which could yield more reveals about Kim Sun-young and possible connections between him and Mr. Miyagi. After all, it's important to note that Cobra Kai has revealed that Mr. Miyagi fought in the Sekai Taikai. This could be set up for a twist that links him to Kim, who could be an old rival of his before he even met Daniel LaRusso. Alternatively, the final story could revolve around Terry Silver's return. Thomas Ian Griffith's character had no part to play in the first 5 episodes, but the characters made clear in their conversations at the beginning of the season that Silver coming back isn't impossible. If he gets the charges dropped, he could return with a fury. As someone who is arguably even more ruthless than Kreese, he would be a strong candidate for Cobra Kai's final villain, with both Kreese and Mike Barnes being potential allies to Johnny and Daniel. My thinking is that Cobra Kai's ending will wind up incorporating Terry Silver and Kim Sun-young, streamlining those narratives into one. The two of them, plus Kreese, are intertwined by their backstories, so a present-day story that sees them settle their differences, or get over them, seems likely to be. I'm still of the opinion that will happen with the Sekai Taikai acting as a backdrop to all that, but after all that's already happened in Cobra Kai Season 6, the season's remaining episodes have a great sense of unpredictability to them, which makes what's ahead all the more exciting.